This video will cover how to make a virtual instrument realization from a MIDI file. This is for my music technology class at Rutgers University. First step, we're using free software, so it's a little bit different than what's on the syllabus. So first step, I'm bringing in this Finale file because we had used Finale this semester. Any notation software you're using will work. You just have to export it as a MIDI file. So this is a Muse file that was on Sakai. What we have to do is we have to go to export and go to MIDI file. Like we talked about in class, MIDI is a little different than notation, so we have to use the MIDI in order to make the virtual instrument realization in our DAW. So I'm going to call it Beethoven notation.mid and hit save. I already did it, so it's asking to replace. You want to make sure here, you're going to format 1. All instruments save the separate tracks, so then you can change the sounds accordingly. Sibelius does a similar thing. I can make another video with Sibelius if you wish. If you're using MuseScore, I'm not sure how to do it on that. I'm sure it's pretty self-explanatory. Just make sure you're in format 1. Okay, next step. I'm using a software here called Cakewalk. Cakewalk was Cakewalk a long time ago, then it became Sonar, and now it's Cakewalk again, and it's free for PC users. So it comes with bass, guitar, I think some piano, some strings, which are not enough for this assignment. So what I had done is I went to this website. I'll pull it up here. It was called the 7 Best Free Soft Synth VSTs. I don't know if I agree that they're all great. If you go to this website, I'll link it in the description down below. I went and chose and messed around with a few of them, but this one, Tunefish 4, works nicely. So this is a plugin. Okay, you download this and you have to put it on your computer so you can have these sounds. If you're using Cakewalk, you're not going to have these sounds unless you download some kind of plugin. So when you click on this link, you go up here to download. See where my mouse is in the upper right-hand corner? Again, I'm using Windows 7. It's an older PC, but it's okay. It will get the job done. You download the appropriate one. Most of you are going to want the 64-bit one. Download the zip file. I already did this. That's why my computer is going to tell me. Oh, actually, I think I might have moved it. What you have to do, this is where it gets a little tricky. Just pay attention to this step. You need this DLL file. See this one? It says tunefish4.dll. You need to take that file and put it in your VST folder. So if you have installed Cakewalk, which you should do first, install Cakewalk, you want to navigate to the folder, your C drive, program files, then you go to Cakewalk, and then this is VST plugins. I'll do it one more time. You go to your C drive, program files, Cakewalk, VST plugins. Then you can see, when I scroll down, you're going to see I already have it in here because I already did this. It's like, like a cooking show. I already did it, but you guys are doing it anyway. So you click and drag that DLL file into here. Mine's going to yell at me saying, don't do that. I'm not going to mess it up. Okay, so you want to make sure you do this prior to opening up Cakewalk. And again, I'll put the description down below. I'll put it on Sakai, on your course management software. Okay, so this is a synthesizer we're going to use, a soft synth. So if I open up Cakewalk, I'm going to make it doesn't matter what we click on here. I'm just going to do empty project. But what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm actually not going to be using what this loads up. This is loading up a clean slate so you can make a piece of music. I'm going to open. I saved it to my desktop. You can save anywhere you want. The Beethoven notation, right? The Beethoven piece. This is one of the string quartets. You're going to open your own, the one that you submitted to me last week for your notation assignment. Now, see what we have here? We have 4 channels here. Channel 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you notice on the screen on the right over here, there's a bunch of lines. That's MIDI data. Right. These are controllers underneath. If we look at the original score that was done in Finale, there's a crescendo, like we talked about in class the other day. That crescendo translated to volume parameters. Not velocity, but volume parameters, which is a nice thing that Finale did. Sibelius does it as well. This forzando, this piano, is going to send velocity parameters to change the volume of the notes in another way, the velocity of it. I'll show you how that works in a second. So if we're here, we can see these lines, and you can see how there's 4 tracks and they're labeled nicely: violin 1, violin 2, viola, cello. Now, if I play it, you're not going to hear anything. Yeah, you can see these lines going. It's sending sound to my computer, but there's no synthesizer loaded. So yours, again, is going to look a little different than mine. But on the top of your screen, it says Insert. Okay, we're going to insert a synthesizer. So if you did the first step properly by putting that DLL in your VST folder, again, if I bought a brand new computer and started from scratch, I can show you exactly how it works, but sorry, I'm not really going to do that. Insert, softsynth. Okay, so I go down here, and it's under uncategorized. I can't guarantee your computer will do it the same way, but if it's not, let me know. I'll walk you through it. But basically, when you insert a new DLL, it puts it in a folder for you. You can organize them, but this is the default one. Insert, softsynth, uncategorized. Now I'm going to, like I said, there's a bunch. You're not going to see all this. This is stuff that I have on my computer. If you want to download these, a lot of these are free, and you can play around. I just chose a free one so you guys can complete the assignment. I'm going to Tunefish 4. Click on that. Now this window pops up. Be careful. Make sure things are selected properly. I like having the synth track folder. Just makes it organized. And you want first synth audio output. We're going to use 4 different synthesizers for this project. So we're going to click, make sure that's selected. Make sure your screen looks like mine. All right. And this doesn't matter over here. This is when you insert it, have it open. But I like having the synth property page open. Okay. So if I hit OK, look what just happened. On the left, see how we got a new folder? It says Tunefish 4. Then this opened. This, oh, sorry. That was probably so loud. This is a synthesizer we can use now. If you go up to our presets, you can play around, pick one. This is called Saw. Okay, you can do dry bass. That sounds less scary. There we go. All right, so we have this, and look, ties in nicely to our day when we talked about synthesis. Here's the ADSR. Here's the envelope. So I can adjust. I don't want to do that. It's horrible, but give a quick attack. You know, I can mess around with the envelope. You get a new kind of sound. Okay. Now this is not done yet. I just loaded in a bass. Let's say we want this bass sound to be our cello. So what I'm going to do is, see right here on the cello track, there's several ways you, also, by the way, if I X this out, it's not disappearing. It just minimizes. You can just click here and it brings it back up. Okay. That's how you change your sound. So my cello track right here. I think the easiest way to do this is highlight it, just like any computer. You guys have used computers, you know how to do this stuff. Sure. Highlight it, cut, so Control X, click down here, and paste. Now, let me show you, make sure you're doing the right one. See how there's like this little thing here, the circle with the dots? That's supposed to look like a MIDI, a 5-pin MIDI cable. So that tells you this is a MIDI track. So when I highlight this cello part and hit Control X, it cuts it to my clipboard. Now I'm going to paste it to this other MIDI track down here that's in this new folder we had made. This is Tunefish. And I paste it there. Now if I scroll over, you're going to see the cello. See this blue? There's like different color blue than that, but that's the first violin. If you look over here. There we go. We have a nice bass line from the cello part. Again, make sure you copy it over into that folder. I would label this, you know, synth cello if you want to use that sound. Let's do another one, just because you're going to do 4 of these. So let's say I want to do another one. I'm going to go Insert, Soft Synth, and I'm going to, and what's nice about Cakewalk is it puts the most recent ones up here. I don't expect you to have a lot of these. Like I tried the string one, I don't like it. It's really hard to use. But Contact is a great one if you want to find Contact. That's amazing using a sampler. It's so easy to use. But if I do another Tunefish, hit OK, you're going to notice there's a new folder here. See? See how this old one says Tunefish 4.1, Tunefish 4.2. Let's say I want this to be the violin. Let's say I want to use that crazy sounding saw. I'm just going to turn on the volume. And there's some other things you can do, like there's a delay. I would probably turn on the decay on that. Now I'm going to grab this violin track. See, I'm just highlighting it by clicking this one. Control X, puts it on my clipboard. Click on the MIDI. Paste. Now I have violin. Yeah. Experiment with it, okay? Insert. Again, insert. Just insert. Again, here's a bass guitar. It says no string. I mean, technically it's no string. Again, I don't know which ones you have here. You can use this piano. This will open up another kind of synthesizer. Use whatever you have. Oh, hip hop. I can do. Oh, that's doing. Okay, it's doing things for you, little patterns. But I can use this kind of sound. Grab the viola part this time. Cut. Paste it down here to my synthesizer. And if I find where the viola was. Oh yeah, because I turned the volume down. There's a lot. There's everything to do with it. All right. There we go. And again, for your final instrument, insert, and so on. Okay? When it's done, you want to highlight everything. Okay? Highlight the whole track. File, export audio. Okay? Make sure you export it, and we're going to call it, it was called Virtual Instrument Assignment. You'll see all the requirements on Sakai. With Cakewalk, you can send it, you can just export it right to an MP3. So if I call it Virtual Instrument Assignment, sorry, and it will just render to an MP3 automatically for you. Right? Then you're going to put that on Sakai, maybe put a little note, hi, finished it, any assignment, any questions about it. Okay? So feel free to contact me with any questions, and I will put the links down below and a description of what to do, so you guys can complete this assignment with no problem. All right? Thanks.